What is going on, guys? I'm Bluefoot and welcome to another video where today we're going over the top 5 best wall weapons in Call of Duty Treyarch Zombies history. Now, in my last episode I went over the worst wall weapons, and the link will be in the description if you want to go check that out, but we're going to contradict that episode and we're going to go over the top tier on the wall only. Yes, these guns can appear in the box, but they have to appear on the wall. They can't be exclusively box weapons. Two more things before we get into this. Number one, the LSAT from Buried will not be included on this list because it would easily take the crown for number one, and it's way overpowered, and I don't think it deserves to be on this list, so we're just going to exclude that. And also, don't be surprised when you don't see the Bowie knife or the Galvanuckles on this list, because the Galvanuckles are only good up until round 14. After that, it takes 2, and then it progresses and gets 3, 4 knives, and then it's just not amazing. And the Bowie knife is the same thing, only worse. It's only good until round 10, and then after that, it's just kind of crappy, and it gets worse and worse. So those two melee weapons, although they're very, very good, just don't be expecting them on this list, because all the other guns on this list can take you to way higher rounds. So I hope that makes sense to you. But let's get into it. Coming in at number 5, we have the M8A7 from Black Ops 3. Now, a lot of people don't like this weapon, and some of you may be wondering why it's even on this list right now, and I'm going to explain to you as best as I can. So, number 1, you can get double tap, dead shot, a bunch of different attachments, slap it on the M8A7, pack a punch it becomes extremely effective. Now, you can do that with any weapon, right? Well, the M8A7 has a lot of damage. I'm not sure the exact number. I don't know the exact statistics of the M8A7. However, I do know from my own personal experience, it has a lot of damage. And not only that, but look at the ammo count on this thing for a wall weapon. Now, it is burst. Really, that turns a lot of people off, but I really like burst weapons that are good. The M16 is a good burst weapon. The M8A7 is a great burst weapon. Why it's better than a lot of wall weapons in Black Ops 3 is simply because a lot more ammo, lots of damage, and that's really it. I don't really care about the way it looks. I don't care that it's a burst weapon. I really personally enjoy the M8A7. Again, this is my own opinion, so if you disagree, that's perfectly fine. I just think the M8A7 is great. Just try it out. It's a really great weapon, and it comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, we have the Thompson, aka the M1927, aka the Tommy gun. Yes, it has 3 different names. Now, we're going to focus on the N1927, which is on Mob of the Dead and Revelations. Now, this thing is incredible to have on early rounds. It only costs 1,500 points, and you can get a shit ton of points back in return. It's a money maker. You grab this thing, you make all your money back, and it's really good for a map like Mob of the Dead because you need to get as many points as you can on early rounds, so you can build up and get everything you need to do. And on Revelations, you can actually get it out of the box as well. And you pack a punch this thing, it becomes the speakeasy, and it is amazing. Another thing that I love about the Tommy gun is that it's very, very versatile. It's like an SMG and you can run around and use it. It's a very awesome weapon in my opinion. Now, we can look at the Thompson version, which is on the World at War maps, and it is almost exactly the same thing. I'm not sure if it's better or if it's worse than the Mob of the Dead edition. However, I can say that the Thompson is incredible, and I'm kind of morphing them into one here at number 4 because they're basically the same thing. Now, these weapons aren't really powerhouses. They're not really known for how much power they have. They're more or less just really versatile point makers, and they're just such incredible weapons to have on early rounds. So they come in at number 4. Coming in at number 3, we have the STG-44, which is on the World at War maps as well as Origins. Now, this gun, especially in the World at War version, is a really awkward gun when you're shooting it. It feels a little bit weird, but also feels really cool. I just love the way this gun feels. That's the number 1 thing here. Number 2, it's very accessible, especially on Origins. You can get it in a few different locations, and overall, it's just a really good gun. I mean, the ammo isn't insane. It's not like an LMG. You're not packing a ton of ammo, but at the same time, it's definitely enough to get by without any problems. Also, the damage on this thing is pretty damn good as well. It's way more powerful than the Tommy gun like we just went over. However, I don't know if it has more ammo or anything like that, but honestly, it doesn't even matter. This gun is also great for points, it's great for damage, it's great for pretty much everything. This is a really great overall weapon. There's not much I can really point out about this gun that's bad at all. I love the way it feels. Everything else is great about it as well. The STG-44, I believe it's better in Origins than it is in World at War. You guys can be the judge of that, but I don't know, I just feel like the STG-44 really needs to be mentioned on this list. It's a great wall weapon. This thing is in really close competition with the MP40, and I feel like it's just way more powerful and it's just more effective. It really just comes down to that. But anyways, let's move on. Coming in at number 2, we have the Uzi from Mob of the Dead. Now, Mob of the Dead is a map that's known for having a really great variety of weapons, and the Uzi is no exception. So the Uzi not only has one of the best bullet output to damage ratios in the game, almost with the PPSH and a few other weapons, it is insanely accessible. The Uzi is literally almost in every single part of the map. It's great for damage, great with ammo, great with points. It's absolutely amazing. It's very, very accessible, and it's also a very light and versatile weapon, so you can run around with it no problem. This weapon is almost flawless. There's really not much you could really say bad about it, except maybe, like, I don't know, as like a, it's great for, there's nothing wrong with it, okay? I can't even say anything wrong about this weapon. And not only that, it's so underrated. Not a lot of people even use this weapon because it gets outshined by the Tommy gun and a bunch of other weapons. However, this definitely deserves a number 2 spot. Now, before we get into our number 1 spot, we have 3 honorable mentions because it was really hard to make this list, and I love so many different wall weapons. One of them is the MP40. Now, this thing, although it really isn't the best, it doesn't have a ton of damage, it doesn't have a great amount of ammo, I still think it's very accessible, very lightweight weapon where you can run around, rack up a bunch of points, and still have a great time with this weapon. I absolutely love it, and it's a very nostalgic weapon as well, one of the first ones I've ever used. Another honorable mention goes to the SVU-AS from Buried and Die Rise. I don't have any gameplay of that weapon, however, it is amazing, and it is a very, very good wall weapon. However, it's a sniper, like, you don't get a ton of points, and although it has a lot of damage and stuff like that, it's just not the best. I put it as an honorable mention. And the final honorable mention goes to the Bootlegger or the Type 100. They're basically the same exact weapon, but the Bootlegger is better in my opinion. And this gun just, again, it feels really good to use. It's really not an amazing weapon. It has good ammo, good damage, or you can get points with it. I just felt like it was a really good wall weapon and it needed to be mentioned. But anyways, let's get to the number 1 spot. Coming in at the number 1 spot, the best wall weapon of all of Call of Duty Zombies, it is without a doubt the AN-94. Now, this gun is just so amazing, it's ridiculous. This gun has it all. It's very, very easily accessible. You can get a ton of points with it. It's very, very versatile. You can carry it around very easily. It has a lot of damage, a lot of ammo, and when you upgrade it, it just gets better. Honestly, the AN-94 is the best overall weapon. It has everything you could possibly want in a gun. It's automatic, very easy to get, like I said. The AN-94 is simply the best wall weapon of all time. There are a few that kind of compare to it, and I'm sure a lot of you guys were expecting this to be at number 1, but it just simply is. It's so awesome. Plus, you can get double tap, dead shot, whatever you want to do to help this thing. It just is incredible, guys, and it comes in at number 1. Alright guys, that is going to conclude the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and do all that kind of good stuff. You guys already know. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, it is on the screen here and is also the second link in the description. On my Twitter, I will just update you when I'm going to live stream, when I'm going to be uploading a video, and basically just, you know, you can tweet at me, do whatever you want. If you follow me on Twitter, you're basically going to be updated with everything that I'm doing. If you guys are watching this as soon as it releases, I'm going to be live streaming tomorrow because today I got stuff to do. I'm working, so unfortunately I'm not going to be live streaming today like I thought I was. But nonetheless, I will be live streaming soon. The next Would You Rather episode will be coming out this following week. And Christmas vacation, when I get there, I'm going to be uploading a lot. So be ready for that, guys. Anyways, see you in the next one.